This is gonna be our layer 3 and layer 4. If you've been following this series, you've seen we started off with our site selection, talking about your sun and your wind, as far as letting some sun in through your canopy and your wind breaks. Also, we talked about our canopy layer. On this particular food forest, we're going with the oak tree as being our canopy, because this particular oak tree actually holds its leaves all winter long, like an evergreen canopy. Our second layer, which is our understory layer, we're going with citrus trees. As you can see, this one, this is the red navel, and we have many other citrus trees underneath this canopy layer. Now, today what we're going to talk about is our third and our fourth layer. The guidelines that we've been given tells us that it goes canopy layer, understory, then you go into your like bushes and shrubs. So what we're using for our bushes is going to be our blueberry bushes. We've been had these in containers for a while, and the reason is because sometimes when I put these blueberries in the ground, they don't make it. In containers, they seem to always do better for us as far as staying alive, but the ones that have survived in the ground actually produce more blueberries. So we're gonna try out this blueberry as far as having our bush layer, and we put in 3 so far, and I'm thinking of putting in the blackberry, but I'm kind of iffy on how they'll take over. But it would be the thornless anyway, so I won't have to worry about the thorns everywhere. But also this year I'm going to try to find me some raspberries. I do have one aronia berry I'll probably put out here. The reason for the raspberries is I love them, but it gets so hot down here that during the summertime they really struggle, and it's hard for them to survive. I believe with this canopy layer, with this amount of shade, giving it the right amount of shade, putting it in the right place, I think we'll get better success with our raspberries this year. So we're gonna have blueberries and raspberries installed as our third layer. Now on to our fourth layer. If you can see these, those that grow these know exactly what they are, but these actually are what you call comfrey plants. I told you about 2 years ago when we had that freeze and I lost all those trees, that the one tree that survived, that really survived, was the tree I had the comfrey plant by. So with that being said, I decided that I'm gonna put a comfrey plant by every tree that I have. Every fruit tree must have a comfrey plant. Not only does it provide the nutrients and the nitrogen as it dies back and kind of mulches the top, but it becomes a living mulch where it stops the grass from taking over right around the root ball of the tree. So that's going to be an amazing win for us to get these in, let some sun start hitting them. After one season, these things are going to grow up, and you're going to see it probably sometime around summer if you stick with us. Stay subscribed. Stay subscribed, keep up with us. But you're gonna watch these things grow and get bigger. You're gonna watch how it's gonna cover up the base of this tree and actually stop the grass from coming through, which will stop me from having to weed eat or pull weeds around the base of the tree. I'm gonna go over here and kind of show you what we've been doing, what we've been putting in. A few of these, as you can see, we've been thinking about putting some, but they're still in pots. We've been thinking like, nah, should I put that one? No, I don't need that one. I want to save the space for something that I really need. But this is what we've been doing. This is a grapefruit, and as you can see, comfrey plant. Got to have the comfrey plant. Got to have the comfrey plant. It's a must-have. Also, I've been putting in that I haven't talked much about. I've been taking some of these strawberries and putting them down. That's gonna be in one of our layers that we're gonna talk about in a future episode. But here you can see we're already getting some blueberries to bud. Let me get. We're already getting some buds on these, as you can see. So that's telling me that it's doing well. That is actually, hopefully, is not gonna croak out on me. That it's gonna make it. But as you can see by our tangerine tree, we got that next layer already started. I actually put in the olive over here as well. Probably will try to keep it as a more of a lower cut tree, but you can see transplanted the comfrey and it works. A few years ago, about 2 years ago, I actually bought some comfrey seeds and I got 2 to germinate out of like 25 seeds. And out of those 2 seeds that came up, I probably have 50 comfrey plants. You just let it do its own thing, let them grow, and they almost self-seed, like they'll drop their seeds everywhere. And as they come up, all we've been doing is getting like a little small hand shovel and just scooping them up, putting them in these other places. These are not from seed. All these, well, they're from seed, but all of these are just reproductions of the first 2 seeds that we got to actually germinate. So over the course of however long, when they tell you comfrey doesn't stop, and there's so many uses for the comfrey when you start talking about your food forest. I have chickens. Chickens love this stuff. My chickens almost decimated one that I had when we first had it. If I didn't get them away from that thing, they would have ate that thing down to nothing. So I know that they love it. Not only that, but you can make comfrey tea or compost tea. Some people use it to drink, believe it or not, as a medicinal tea. But from the reviews, I won't tell you try it or don't try it, but throughout history, the comfrey plant has been used for many medicinal reasons. You can look into it yourself. But that's it for today. So it's actually 2 videos in one, 2 layers in one. We have our canopy layer now. We have our understory layer in. We put in our 3rd layer, which is our bushes or our berries. 4th layer is the herbaceous layer, which is your herbs. I'm gonna get some more stuff like rosemary, some more herbs up under here, and I'll plant that in. You'll see that more so during the summertime. But yeah, stay tuned because I have 3 more layers, but I've been doing some studying and you can actually get a few more layers in the food forest system. So it's all on you how many layers to your system you want. So I guess we got a few more videos left. This is actually the 3rd and the 4th layer to your food forest, the mini food forest. What you think about that? It's gonna be small, but in about 2 or 3 years, it's gonna look a little bit more lush. Thank you for watching the Grow Family Network, and as always, grow, grow, grow. Peace. We out.